Hey everyone, it's Adelaide Winterstep and welcome to today's video. In today's video, you're actually going to have quality editing, which is like a first in a while, but okay. And so today we're going to be taking Violet out to go ahead and go cross-country schooling in Firgrove. So I hope you all enjoy this video. There's also some GoPro in this, so make sure to stay tuned throughout. My next video will probably be something that will be a lot more edited, more professional, but it's going to be fun. So let's get straight into it. So today, Violet was out in the farthest pasture from the stable, so I had to go pick him up. Yes, Violet's a boy, shockingly enough, but I had to try to put the halter on Violet, and he's a really dull horse, so it was kind of difficult doing that. So in today's video, while we're walking over to the stable, I'm going to talk a little bit also about how Violet's doing. Obviously, you guys know Embargo 24 joined the team, and ever since Margot's kind of come, I've kind of put the rest of my horses not generally on the sidelines, but I haven't been doing as much or had as many plans with them. Same thing for Violet. I used to have a lot of major shows planned, and we're still going to do them, but I don't have major shows planned for the farther out future. And so I really want to kind of get started on that as soon as possible. But with Margot, it's just kind of difficult because she's kind of taken over the stable. She's like a huge star, and she's just so cool. And I have to do Kensington with her, and so it's kind of hard to focus all your time and energy into another horse. So I'm just going to try to balance that out as soon as I can. But for right now, Violet's still getting worked regularly, still getting his work and the things that he needs, but it's just not as top notch as I would like it to be. So before we head out on the trailer, I just put on my shipping boots onto Violet, and we're actually heading over to the trailer to load and head over to Firgrove, which is about an hour and a half drive away, so it's pretty far. But yeah, so Violet's really good with trailering, probably one of the calmest horses I have, and after an hour and a half, we arrive in Firgrove. So Firgrove today is absolutely beautiful, clear skies, sunny weather, always gorgeous. And as we head out of the trailer, I'm actually just going to tie Violet to the side of the trailer where we'll tack up. Violet was actually groomed earlier before we left. I just didn't film it, so don't worry, he's all clean and good. So you all know the routine. Today we actually have to take off the shipping boots first, and then we go ahead and put on our instructor riding saddle pad, as well as our field event saddle. You guys love this saddle for some reason. I do too, though. And then we go ahead and put on our Iberian Pro boots, which are absolutely fantastic. So now we're going to head out to the warm-up arena and start our warm-up. So as you guys may remember, today's a gorgeous, gorgeous day. So obviously we're going to ride out a little bit, enjoy our light warm up before we head into 4 or 5 things that we need to work on for today's schooling session. So today we've decided to focus on specific things, specific combos and jumps that we need to put our effort into and work on instead of doing like an all-rounder all the time fun. Today's a lot more training, but we also will take time out to try a couple of different things. So our warm-up's really going to be based around a lot of jumping and just kind of working on that. As you know, Violet is a beautiful, beautiful mover, absolutely gorgeous. He's just got so much flow, and he's an awesome jumper, so much scope. And he's really interested in his work too. He loves doing work. He loves going out and enjoying his time, and that just shows in whenever he moves and goes around. So in this warm-up arena, this footing was kind of difficult, and there was tall grass, but it did make him exaggerate his trot and canter as well as walk, and so you'll kind of get to see the exaggerated Violet as if he's not already extra enough. You kind of get to see a flashier form of him, and our transitions are getting gorgeous. I'm so excited. I think I'll start focusing a lot more on dressage too with Violet, so that way we can go up into higher level, and I think his transitions and his gaits are just gorgeous and perfect for the discipline. So the first thing we're actually going to focus on today is actually this kind of drop down. So after this jump, there's sort of a drop. And so we're going to take it slowly at first, and then we're going to kind of pick up the speed. I'm first just letting Violet kind of sniff around and figure it out, and we're going to start on the shortest drop down at just a small canter, just very light and easy, not too pushy, and he does great, gets a little excited over it. Then we take the bigger drop down, and then we finally at last take it at a good speed. So absolutely fantastic, he did so good. Our second combo is this double. It has sort of a weird stride in between, but it's also really challenging because your horse is really locked in. So if you don't jump it, you're kind of like locked in between, so you kind of have to jump it. It's a lot more pressure. So we start this first one, and then you can see in the back, that one back there, we have to go all the way back to that. It's a pretty small jump actually, so we just approached at a trot and went up into the canter and got the second one. Now onto the combination that is commonly called the snake. This combination is so challenging. Not only are the jumps challenging, but the way that they're set apart and the way that they chose the jumps to be together. So the first jump is honestly not spooky, but it's just a little taunting and a little bit big, and so it makes your horse jump really big and proud, and he just kind of focuses on that jump. But then you don't realize that the next jump is around the corner. You don't really see it. It's a very tall jump, so your horse really has to propel himself upward. It's not wide, it's just super tall. So it's very easy to incorrectly jump over this one or touch it with your horse's hooves or something like that. The next jump is a very wide jump, so your horse really has to maneuver himself over it so that he can hit the other side without clipping, I don't know how you say that, but clipping the log on the other side. Again, another different style, but still very challenging. And the jump also around the corner that you can't really see is semi-uphill, so that doesn't really help. It's also very tall. And that is the second to last jump. And the last jump is by far the worst because there's like a little dig out there, and your horse really has to propel himself so far up. It's just such a big jump, and if you're able to get it, you're able to get it, but very few people can get that last jump. So we're going to attempt this. We might not get the last jump though. So of course, with no further ado, let's attempt this combination. We decided to approach the first one at trot. He actually has a really easygoing jump, so he can approach a lot of these bigger jumps at trot. We got the second one at a kind of a slow canter, and the next one we got a quicker canter, and the next one we really had to kind of launch ourselves and go into a full gallop by the end. This next set of jumps that we're trying is the brick wall duo. This is so challenging because you have a brick wall on one side, and then you have this weird curve that's not enough to do a rollback, but it's still so challenging in order to hit the next jump. Not only are these jumps huge, but the amount of strides in between is super odd and very maneuverable. So we're going to go ahead and attempt. So our first attempt was a little bit sticky. We took it too slow of a canter, and we should have gone a little bit quicker and pushed a little bit more out of him. He just kind of slowed down a little bit and didn't have enough confidence to clear the second brick wall, and so we had a refusal. And typically I trust him in the slow canter, but this time he just couldn't do it. And so we decided to take it at a faster pace, do fewer strides in between, just take that maneuverability and just push on forward, and we got it. So that's perfect. So I hope all of you enjoyed this. There is exciting content to come. I'm also working on a collab with another writer, and we have, okay, there goes a notification, but we have an idea for something that we planned a couple of days ago. And also I'm working on something probably close to a photo show before school starts up again. Lastly, when I say that, my next video will probably be more edited, meaning that it'll have like more titles and just kind of professionally edited. So that you guys will get to see. That kind of gives you a hint of what it's about, maybe. But yeah, so make sure to stay tuned. Make sure to check out my platforms. I have a JorvikH Magazine, which is a magazine about star-stable online horses. I also have platforms for my stable, such as Silverglade Equestrian and the Instagram for Silverglade Equestrian. All the links for that are down below. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and see you all next time. Bye!